The Avalanche pay a visit tonight to Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers. The Avs are coming off a hard-working victory in New Jersey, and the Rangers lost in a shootout last night in Brooklyn. From the Big Apple, Altitude presents Colorado against New York. And good evening, I'm Mike Haynes along with Peter McNabb from the city that never sleeps. And the Avalanche tonight taking on the Blue Shirts. And Peter, good news for the Avalanche. Alex Tanguay returns after missing the last month. What does that do for the Avalanche?
It rounds out the offensive top two lines. No question for the Colorado Avalanche. Talking to Patrick Roy this morning. Where does Tanguay fit? On the left side, Grigorenko in the middle, and Iginla on the right side. And we've all seen the magic between Iginla and Tanguay. It started in Calgary. It continued certainly last year with the Colorado Avalanches. Iginla had 29 goals, and Tanguay was in on so many of them. But it gives you a better power play because there's more depth and certainly more scoring up front.
Well, hockey fans know how tough it is to score goals these days in the NHL, but two guys that are doing it right now for the Rangers, it's Rick Nash, and for the Avalanche, Matt Duchene still tearing it up.
Well, Patrick Kane may be the hottest player in the National Hockey League, but Matt Duchene isn't far behind. We know November ended. He was one of the 3 stars of November to the National Hockey League. Well, what did he do in December? Scored a goal. In the first day of December 1st, he got his first goal in his first game of December. And Mike, he's been scoring goals in close, but he's still been scoring those Matt Duchene goals, the breakaway goals, the great shot. He had a great shot last game against the New Jersey Devils. His speed was just, it's been as good as it's been in any of his 7 years in the National Hockey League, and it has to continue for the New York Rangers. Rick Nash got off to a horrible start. The Rangers got off to a great start. So no one really, 2 goals the first 17 games, but he was injured and he came back. He's had 6 goals the last 7 games, but they need him. If they're going to make a real run at the Eastern Conference Championship, beat out Montreal, be 1 overall, get home ice all the way through because they want to go deep again in the playoffs, Nash has to be good offensively.
All right, let's talk goaltending for the Colorado Avalanche. And let's be frank here. Little pressure tonight as Semyon Varlamov gets the start. Reto Berra got the last win, but Patrick Roy says Varley is his guy.
He's number 1. And Mike, you and I, we both know that. I'm a big fan of Semyon Varlamov. There's no question about it. But the National Hockey League is a cruel business. When things aren't going well, you are going to feel the pressure. Semyon Varlamov needs to have a good game here tonight. Patrick Roy would love to play him 3 games and then Berra 1. 3 games and then Berra 1. Get that rotation going. Get it going so the Colorado Avalanche had that real confidence in their goaltending. Because Semyon Varlamov of a couple of years ago was spectacular. Right now, he wants to get back to that level for the Colorado Avalanche.
And he may need that against the 3rd best team in the entire National Hockey League, the New York Rangers. And here at Madison Square Garden, the Avalanche continue their tri-state tour, and it takes them to MSG against the Rangers tonight, trying to get a little revenge from a loss earlier this season to the Blue Shirts. Get set for the Rangers and the Avalanche.
Welcome to this Avalanche game break. Colorado and New York in just a minute. Kyle Keefe from the Altitude Studios. You know, there's a reason that the Rangers went to the Eastern Conference Championship last year. They dominated at home with a ton of goals and great goaltending. So how do the Avs counter? Let's get an update. Back to New York. Here's Mike.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Well, one way that the Avalanche can counter is by getting Alex Tanguay back in the lineup. Alex, after you miss a month of hockey, what's important for you? What are you trying to do, especially in this first period, your first game back?
Just get moving. I think I've been working extremely hard. I've been very frustrated by this situation, so there's not a whole lot you can do. I'm just trying to get my legs into it, get involved, and hoping to contribute. I know that I can be better than what I did the first especially the first 10 games of this season. So I want to help this team, and I know what I can do, so I'll put the work boots now.
I know you're focusing on tonight, then Saturday against Minnesota, but I want to ask you about Monday night. You're being honored as one of the fans' favorite in the 20th anniversary team on Monday. What does that mean to you that the fans recognize you as one of the all-time best for the Avalanche?
It's a great honor. I mean, you look at the list. I mean, I've been fortunate enough that I was here for one of the Stanley Cups that this team has won, but I mean, the Forsberg, the Sakic's, Rob Blake, Patrick Roy, Ray Bork, those players. It's nice that the fan appreciate what you did. I feel like I put a lot of hard work in this city, and but we're not done yet. I'd like to. I know I can contribute a little bit more, so I'll work on that. But Monday will be nice, very special.
All right, well, we'll look for you in the 40th anniversary too, Alex. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
Again. All right. Hey, big night coming up on Monday, but a big one tonight for Alex Tanguay as he returns. Back to you now, Kyle.
All right, thanks, Michael. Going to be a good one here tonight in the Big Apple. Game 3 of this 4-game road swing from Madison Square Garden. It's the Avs and Rangers next.
Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at groovesubaru.com. And by Cigna. Ready for health insurance that makes sense? Check out a Cigna individual or family health plan at CignaMakesSense.com.
Track with the Rangers earlier today.
The Avalanche in New York tonight at Madison Square Garden to take on the New York
Tonight's colors
Rangers.
are presented by the
And on a night of Garden of Dreams, where some young children have been brought out and been honored before the game, including an unofficial puck drop before the start of this game. We get set for the singing of the national anthem, and here is Timolyn Benton from the Children's Aid Society. Let's listen to the singing of the national anthem.
Dedicating this performance to the 3 family members she lost this past year, all of whom served in the United States Marine Corps. Please welcome Timolyn Benton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, nicely performed by Timolyn Benton as we get set for tonight's game between the Avalanche and the Rangers. And let's look at the Ford starting lineup. And another interesting goaltender matchup tonight. And we talked about that little pressure right now on Semyon Varlamov to have a good game.
Mike, it has been interesting this year. The goaltending matchups have been one of the most intriguing that we've had in years. Semyon Varlamov lost his last game 5-3 with an empty net goal against the New York Islanders. Wants to rebound, but Ronta, Mike, is a fascinating story. He was with the Chicago Blackhawks last year, and they won a Stanley Cup, but they felt they had this gentleman, Darling, coming on, was going to be the backup. They moved him to the New York Rangers. And he's 4-1 this year with a 1.36 goals against average, 9.52 save percentage. Mike, here's a quick number for you. On averages, if the Avalanche want to score 3 goals tonight, they're going to have to get 64 shots. That's what he's done this year.
All right, here we go. We're underway from Madison Square Garden, and you can look at the rest of our Ford lineup for the Avalanche and those line combinations, and you see the name Alex Tanguay on that second line with Grigorenko and Iginla. Great to see Alex Tanguay back tonight for the Avs. Last time he played was against the New York Rangers. Shot by Duchesne misses, and it circles around the boards and comes out of the zone and back into the Avalanche end. Colorado and New York both making quick line change just 30 seconds into the contest. And back behind the net, Nick Holden looks for the outlet pass. It's a Devotionman, shot down the ice, and all the way deep into the Rangers zone. Play continues on. Rangers have got it, And the pass towards Zuccarello, zip past him. That'll result in an icing call on New York.
Great talk with Patrick Waugh today about his club, what's going on, and he felt that the Washington game, yes, he was certainly not happy with that. But the 5 games since, he really feels that they had an opportunity to win all 5 of those games. They're starting to put it together. Last game, they were up 2-0 going into the 3rd period against the New Jersey Devils. They surrendered a goal, but they held on to win a 1-goal game.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? You did not give up that lead. You held on. You got the win in regulation. Good job by the Avs against the Devils. But much tougher opponent in terms of record tonight, the New York Rangers. 3rd best record in the NHL behind Montreal and Dallas. And interestingly enough, Peter, the Avalanche have convincingly beat both Montreal and Dallas this season. Now, they've lost the Rangers in their first meeting a month ago, a 2-1 victory for New York in regulation. Rangers last night lost in a shootout to the New York Islanders. Carried to center ice by Eric Johnson. Lundqvist was the goaltender in that game for the Rangers, and tonight we are seeing Ratta, as Peter pointed out, between the pipes for New York. Behind the net, Iginla to Grigorenko. There's that line we were talking about. Grigorenko centering Iginla and Tanguay. And a lot of history with Tanguay and Iginla. Shot made by Grigorenko. It goes wide of the net. They played together quite a bit in Calgary and have played quite a bit together here in Colorado. Shot goes off the left leg of Ratta. Scooped up along the near side. Returned back around. Baccarat sends it to the far wing. Cut off by Tanguay. Held in at the point by Holden. Shoots it wide of the net. Iginla's behind the Ranger net. Centers into the slot. Barry had pinched in. And the puck tipped to the near side. Iginla doubles it back across. Top of the circle for Holden. Whipped it across for Barry, but it angles out to center. Barry chased by Kreider. Makes the pass back behind him for Holden. Return to Barry. Avalanche with a fresh line out on the ice. Soderberg, Mitchell, and Como comprising the line that's currently out for the Avalanche. Right off the boards in front of the penalty box area. Bouncing just too far for Como to handle, and McDonough sends it out towards center ice.
And Michael, just 2 things for the Avalanche. One, that Grigorenko's line with Tanguay and Iginla. Terrific first shift. Absolutely, they were on the puck. Mike, they were doing everything they wanted. But here's Alex Tanguay, as you mentioned, missed 11 games. November 6th was the last game that he had played in against these New York Rangers. So good around the net. But Mike, more importantly, he has a calm with the puck that allows the players he's playing with to break into openings and get open. And we've seen him make so many great passes over the years.
Face off back in the Colorado zone. To the right of Semyon Varlamov. He was not in net when the Rangers beat the Avalanche back in November. That was Reto Berra in goal for Colorado that night in that 2-1 loss. Moshman peels the puck up the boards, lifted to center ice by Como. It'll drop in the center circle, banged off the boards, hopping into the Avalanche zone, and Johnson will take it. But we got a whistle, and we'll have another face-off here early in our first period with no score.
Mike, you had a nice conversation with Alex Tanguay before tonight's game. Just, you know, he is one of that anniversary team guys, and he well deserving. He sits one goal behind. Certainly one of my favorites. I was always fascinated with Valery Kamensky and the way that he played the game. He was an elegant hockey player in my mind. He just did so many things so well. To be right there with Valery Kamensky, pretty good company.
That is great company indeed. Lifted to center ice, and those players will be honored on Monday night, December 7th at Pepsi Center. 20th anniversary team. Looking forward to that on Monday. Meanwhile, the Avs got a couple of games to play, including tonight, but also Saturday night in Minnesota. That will wrap up the 4-game road trip for the Avalanche. Started with a loss against New York, the Islanders, and then a win against the Devils a couple of nights ago. And here tonight, the Rangers, Saturday again in Minnesota against the Wild. McDonough carrying the puck to center ice for New York, crosses the red line, shoots it in, and it circles up the boards, cut off by the Rangers, played back towards the point, and it slips by and all the way back into the New York zone. And Keith Yandel with the puck for the Rangers. Right up the middle towards Varlamov, and he sends the puck to the near side wall. Avalanche get to it. McLeod chips the puck to center ice. It got by Yandel, chased down by Skilly with his speed. Trailing is Wagner. Skilly to the corner, gets bumped, goes down to the ice, and the puck is peeled away and pushed up ice by McElrath and carried to center. Cross ice pass by Dominic Moore. Held in at the blue line. Far circle. Shot gets blocked as Wagner got in the way. And Wagner after the puck in the corner, but the Rangers get it back. Stallberg coming out of the corner with a puck for New York. He is trapped against the boards, and the puck is flung down the ice back into the New York end of the ice.
No, Mike, this line, Wagner with Skilly, McLeod, was on the ice for a big goal against the New Jersey Devils. It turned out to be the game-winning goal. Skilly, just a great pass cross ice to Barry, who made it 2-0. That turned out to be the game winner.
Alex Tanguay back on the ice, dropped it behind him for Nick Holden, the Avs defenseman, trying to go back with a pass for Tanguay. Holden blocked it, kicked off the skate again, the fires, and the save made by Bronta.
Michael, Tanguay meant to do that. Tanguay angled his skate so that puck would go right back to him. Holden right in. Now watch Tanguay's foot. You see him pick it back? Wow. I mean,
those are what you love is hockey imagination, and there was a great example, right?
He just it handcuffed him, or foot cuffed him, I guess. And it came across, and he just made a little kick with it to direct it back to Iginla, who had a wide open shot.
Change in the line. It's McKinnon's line with Landeskog and Duchesne, as this threesome has stayed together for quite a while. McKinnon in the corner. Patrick Roy was asked this morning by a New York reporter, why put Duchesne on that right wing? And he said, number one, wanted the speed. Wanted somebody that could skate with McKinnon. Shot into the New York zone. McDonough makes the pass across. Pushed out to center ice by Girardi. Carried in offside by the New York Rangers. No score in our first period in New York.
Mike, I got something about Alain Vigneault, Mike, that you will not believe. Okay? He's now 3 games short of 1,000 games in the National Hockey League coaching. Guess how many coaches have had more wins at 1,000 games than Alain Vigneault?
Scotty Bowman's the only one.
The only one. One coach. He has won the President's Trophy 3 of the last 5 years. 2 with the Vancouver Canucks, and 1 now with the New York Rangers last year. And there's 2 years.
One thing though he doesn't have up here.
Well, that's the Cup, certainly. Yep. And you know, but they've been to the Cup Finals with the Rangers and with these New York Rangers.
And the Vancouver,
coach,
right?
Probably Vancouver and the New York Rangers. And the man can coach.
Well, he's got the Rangers with a record of 17-6-3 and 37 points. They lead their division, second in the conference. Pass across, doesn't connect with Kreider. But this Rangers team, Peter, they have only 1 win in the last 5 games.
And they've been giving up some goals, and it's because they've been allowing too many shots on goal.
Shot off the side of the net by Como. And the puck squeezed free by the Rangers, but Mitchell steals it back. His pass tipped to the side of the net. Don Mitchell played 1 year for the Rangers. Pass on a handoff. Soderberg shot, steered away, popped up in the air, chopped back up the near side wing, kept in by Barry, but then lifted away by the Rangers. And all the way back deep, and it's they get it. Back again in the lineup, 2 games in a row playing for the Avalanche after being a healthy scratch for 6 straight. Tonight, getting the night off defensively. And Patrick Roy talked this morning, there's a little bit of rotation with Zach Redmond, Brandon Gormley, and Nate Gennon. And tonight, it is Redmond who is out for the Avalanche. We got an offside play, and we'll take a timeout. Madison Square Garden, the heart of New York. No score in our first period. Don't miss Championship Saturday right here at Altitude. First up, Loveland takes on Windsor at 11. That's on Altitude 2. Then at 2:30, Pomona kicks off against Valor on Altitude 1. It's Altitude Sports, your home for Championship Saturday. Boy, that's a couple of great high school football games coming up this weekend. We got a face-off in the neutral zone. Wagner is taking the face-off for Colorado. Oscar Lindbergh for the Rangers. Rangers control the play. Yandel gets the pass, goes cross ice, and a tip Angles the puck toward the Colorado blue line. Sent back the other way by Gannon. Yandel received the pass, but he stumbled. Almost gave it away to Wagner, who was pursuing the puck. But the Rangers maintained possession. Tipped out to center. Rangers again with it after it bounced. Coming wide for J.T. Miller. Made a nice move, but then the puck gets away, and Gormley scooped it up for Colorado. Makes the pass for McLeod. His pass off the boards, just a little too far for Skilly. Meanwhile, we got something happening out at center ice. It is Cody McLeod dropping the gloves with Tanner Glass. Right uppercut, a couple of them by Glass. McLeod fights back and pushed up against the boards. McLeod's got the left hand trying to hold on to Glass, a left by Glass, and McLeod pushed him back towards the bench area. Right hand by McLeod. That landed a right uppercut by McLeod. Another right by McLeod. And now they dance back out into center ice. Still struggling. Boy, this one's going on a little while. These guys are starting to get a little arm weary, and the linesmen are getting in closer. The guys that match up pretty well there. They both play the same kind of role for their team. Cody McLeod, Tanner Glass. There's been some history there. We've seen these guys drop the gloves before.
You know, it's interesting. For Cody McLeod, this is what he brings night in, night out. But for Tanner Glass, Mike, he's been down in Hartford. He's been back now. This is the 4th game back. He had 16 hits in the first 3 games. He knows what he has to do, and you almost say to yourself, Mike, are these kind of situations going to be in the league this much longer, where guys fight their way into? Cody McLeod does it because it's all part of the game. But you know what Glass is doing? He's trying to show that he can do this. But the enforcer in the game is disappearing. They are becoming extinct. It's fascinating.
Really? Have you seen the All-Star game voting?
Oh, isn't that? Well, that won't last for long.
The reason I'm joined John Scott, who is certainly a heavyweight enforcer, leading in All-Star game votes right now. But you're right, Peter. You do wonder, are we going to see the next 5 years, 10 years, will we see that at all?
Yeah, because that's Cody's 7th now.
7th, yes.
Yeah, it's for
19 last year.
When he had 6 fights, he had more fights than 17 teams in the league, and it's just. It's just fascinating to me to have watched the game for so long to see. When I broke in, they had fights in the warm-up.
Fights before the game started.
Yeah, they fights in the warm-up. The guys are going after each other under the stands.
Well, we have no score in this game with 11.5 minutes to go. We've had a fight. Cody McLeod, Tanner Glass have dropped the gloves. So 7th fighting major given to Cody McLeod this season. And we continue on in the first period in a scoreless game as Eric Johnson comes back for the puck. Finds Iginla. He gets tangled up against the boards. Gets a little support from Grigorenko. He's surrounded, but then Iginla breaks free and pushes the puck to center. Stepping up, though, the puck is smacked back in by Dan Boyle. Carried out to center. Peter, you watched the game just like I did last night. And Dan Boyle was the last shootout opportunity for the New York Rangers to try to tie it and continue the shootout that the New York Islanders won because Boyle did not score. But was that perhaps the slowest approach to the net you've ever seen in a shootout opportunity?
It was absolutely. Sometimes you'll see guys speed up then slow down. It was just slow the whole way.
The puck gets tipped out of play into the Ranger bench. I guess it actually went over the bench and into the crowd. So it's out of play. As we take a look at tonight's winning combo, presented by Black Jack Pizza.
And Mike, just continuing the thought about Cody McLeod, just to make sure my point is well, I get it out there. If fighting was taken out of the game, Cody McLeod would still be in the National Hockey League. Those are the guys, Mike, it's those guys that if fighting was taken out of the game would not be in the league, that are being slowly eliminated.
Tyson Barrie shoots the puck into the Ranger zone. Boyle sends it across. Stahl shooting the puck to center ice. Touched it again, then Miller gives chase for the Rangers. Holden has the angle on him for the Avalanche. Miller puts the shoulder into Holden. And the puck smacked along into the corner. Behind the net, kicked along the end board. Holden is there. Soderberg as well for the Colorado Avalanche. And it's Soderberg who came away with the puck. Quick pass to center ice, tipped up in the air by Mitchell, and it goes over the glass, and the puck has gone out of play. And we'll be back shortly. Another break in action. We'll take one as well. No score in the first period in New York. Let's see who is in the groove, and it's presented by Groove Subaru. Matt Zuccarello.
It was fantastic the last time these two clubs played just about a month ago. Mikey's leads the team in scoring this year. He's got 22 points. He had 15 goals last year. He's got 11 this year. But Mike, I guess he does something to Henrik Lundqvist in practice that drives Lundqvist crazy. Lundqvist is so intense. He doesn't like to have anybody score on any time. So when Zuccarello scores, he goes into this fist pump and it's all. I guess Lundqvist.
It must just drive him batty.
It just drives him crazy. He took sort of a little bit of a discount on his contract. He said, "What do you mean?" To his agent, "I'm staying in New York. Don't you dare get me traded out of here." He just loves the city and loves the whole atmosphere around the Rangers.
Well, Peter, look at in terms of attempts in this game, the Rangers have only had one shot attempted so far. Hayes got blocked by Como.
Here is that big line. You got Brassard in the middle. You got Zuccarello on the wing, and then Nash. Nash, Mike, it has been so interesting. He has had big regular seasons, but in the playoffs, the last couple of years, where the Rangers have played in 7 series in the last couple of years, and Nash is, numbers. So it's almost like one of those tough spots. It doesn't seem to matter what he does during the regular season. It's what is he going to do in the playoffs for a guy like Rick Nash.
That's the other side. When you get the big contract, there's expectations.
Yeah. Well, not here in New York.
No. Very lackadaisical the fans are about that.
Rangers? Are they playing?
Landeskog whips the puck around, cut off by Duchesne. Circles back behind the net with the puck. Handoff goes to Holden, but he got poke checked. And the Rangers move to center. Touch pass by Stallberg. And a shot in from center ice by Stoll. Chased back by Stahl. And Boyle. Into the puck. And it's carried to center ice by Zuccarello. The crowd immediately cheering his name. And then there's a shot. And the crowd knows that's the first shot on net by the Rangers in this game.
And the fans knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it. They're well aware. The New York Rangers, this first period has been very, very good to them. And Mike, they're a team that you can't let them get the lead. They're plus 11 in the first period scoring. But Mike, they're 13-1-1 when they get the first goal. When they're up after the first period, they're 11-0-1. When they're up after the second, they're 12-0-0. So you need to get on them early.
Pass down low. Shot by Zuccarello. Gets blocked. Nash. Backhander. Blocked by Beauchemin. He leads the Avs in blocked shots. Beauchemin started tonight with 73 blocked shots. Add another one to that list after stopping Nash.
That's number 2 in the league, Mike.
And the team are number 1. Brassard shoots the puck around the boards. It circles behind the net. Snapped out of the zone. It hit Nash as he was going towards the bench. Quick pass across. Brought in and down the wing by the defenseman Dan Boyle. Hooks the puck to the side of the net. Pass towards Kreider. Cut off. And the Avs move to center ice. Tanguay with Iginla. Iginla goes to the front of the net. Tanguay surrounded by Rangers. And the Rangers are able to chip the puck to center. It's Boyle getting it out to mid-ice. Barry finds Tanguay, makes the pass into his own zone. And Barry coming out of the zone with the puck. But he runs into Kreider. Then runs into Holden. And a pass back into the Ranger zone. Stahl bounces it off the boards. Carried in by Hayes down the wing. Iginla trying to slow him down. A little help from Tyson Barry. And Iginla gets tagged in the corner. And the puck tipped to center ice by Tanguay. Knocked back in by the Rangers. And it ricochets through center ice. Back into the Ranger zone. Stahl makes the pass across. Off the boards. Pushed ahead by Lindbergh. He throws it to the side of the net. Taken out of the corner by Zuccarello. And JT Miller for the Rangers is there. To the point for Yandel. That's blocked in front of the net. Zuccarello, nice pass. The shot going off the heel of the stick of Lindbergh. And what a pass by Zuccarello to set him up. Bounce back into the New York zone.
Mike Lindbergh was all by himself. That was a perfect pass. I mean, if he happened to pump that one home, it would have been.
Here's a chance. Shot save made by Varlamov. I don't think Zuccarello got as much on that shot as he wanted, but give the credit to Varlamov. He got across in time, even though maybe he wasn't at the speed that Zuccarello wanted when he took that shot. The Rangers now have had the last 3 shots. Remember, they played last night. Now, they didn't have to travel very far. They played in Brooklyn last night, but nonetheless, trying to get their legs. And while the Avalanche had a day off yesterday after playing the New Jersey Devils a couple of nights ago and getting a 2-1 win. Bouncer sends the puck deep into the Avalanche end. Barry will take it from a goaltender Varlamov. Duchesne flattened against the far side. And the puck comes free. Landeskog's got it, pushed it up ice and out to center ice for McKinnon. He's got Barry with him. This pass comes behind him. Barry able to snatch it. And then pinned up against the board. Stays up on his skates. McDonough couldn't get to the puck for the Rangers. McKinnon does for the Avalanche. Working behind the net. Good hard work by McKinnon. Slides it back to the corner. Tyson Barry remains in the corner. He had coming down on the play with McKinnon and stayed deep into the zone. Meanwhile, Landeskog back watching the spot that Barry normally is at. And the puck goes deep. Carried in down the near side by Moore. He shoots off the side of the Avalanche net. Dominic Moore tripped up in the corner. Gets back up to his skates, trying to make a pass to the point. Cut off by Duchesne. He's pushed up against the boards. And the puck up in the air and a bounce to center ice. Rangers come back in after getting onside. Nash, tough angle. And he shoots the puck wide of the net. And it'll carry him back to center.
Just, you know, we're about 16 minutes into this game, and every shift that Tyson Barry's been on the ice, he's been deep in the Rangers zone.
Zuccarello launches the puck to the Avalanche zone off the glove of Tanguay. Back up high, touched by Stahl. To the point, shot by Nash, and the puck is whipped wide of the net. Hooked into the corner. It's freed up by Broussard. Pass in the slot. Zuccarello shoots and misses. Back around Boyle for the Rangers. Behind the net for Broussard. Got tipped away from him. And Beauchemin trying to hook the puck up the boards. Blocked by Stahl. And lifted to center. McGinley chasing the puck. Takes him into the corner. And Grigorenko comes after the puck. Little battle going on behind the net. Push free up the wing. Cut off there. The half boards by Faust. Barry takes it back to the Avalanche. Circles behind the net. To the far point for Holden. Back to Barrett. Well, Barry's all over the ice. Pass towards Soderberg. Centering try for Iginla. Got blocked. Scramble in the corner. The puck gets kicked up and sent up the glass. Didn't get out of the zone. Mitchell holds it in for the Avalanche. He's surrounded by Rangers. And the puck finally flipped and lifted out through center back into the Avalanche zone. Both teams making some changes, but Tyson Barry stays on the ice and makes a quick pass for Como. Couldn't shoot past Yandel, the Rangers. And the puck circles the boards. Mitchell waiting at the half board. Played back to the point for Beauchemin. Slid it across for Johnson. He shoots. And a blocker save made by goaltender Antti Raanta. Back to center ice. Lifted ahead and shot in from center ice by Faust. And the Avalanche have got it. They have 3 shots on goal for each team. Hayes centered. Shot! And Varlamov made the save. That behind the back play by Hayes almost seemed to surprise his line mates. But the puck sat there and Varlamov was ready for the shot. Girardi makes it to the red line. Shoots the puck in. It rims around. Cut off by Miller for New York. Scooped out to center ice by Landeskog. Girardi falls down. That allows Duchesne to get to the puck. Back to the point for Holden. He shoots. Blocked by Miller. Kept in momentarily by Holden. And the puck back to the Colorado zone. Shot to center ice. It'll ricochet into the New York end. 4 shots for the Rangers, 3 for the Avs. No score in the game, and we've only got 1:20 left to go in our first period here in New York. Holden plays the puck back for Tyson Barrie. Back out for another shift. Tyson Barrie weaving his way through. Backhands the puck between the defensemen. McDonough shovels it across. Quick pass out to center ice. Slides by Stallberg. And the puck backhanded towards the Ranger blue line. Avs have got it again. Once again, it is Tyson Barrie. His pass up high. Scooped away by Moore for New York. Pass got tipped. And the puck lands back in the Avalanche zone. We're in the final minute of our first period of play.
I think lots of action in that neutral zone, or lack of action in the neutral zone. There really hasn't been much penetration by either club in a real aggressive way into the offensive zones.
Nobody's been able to stay in the other team's zone for very long. Nash after the puck. Top line out for New York. Rick Nash in the corner. Trying to bounce off a hit. He turns and shoots off the skate wide with 20 seconds to go in the period. Como able to skate out to center ice by Brassard. Down the middle, gets bumped. Yandel off the boards. Shot out to center ice. Time running out. 5 seconds to go. Zuccarello hit from behind and knocked down by Como. And we've come to the end of the first period of play. There's simply not a lot of shots on net during this first period. Varlamov saw just 4 and made 4 saves. Raanta saw 3 and he made his saves. And Peter, we have a scoreless first period.
There simply wasn't a lot of action, you know. But for the Avalanche, Mike, now you're shorting the game. Now you're down to a 2-period game against a club that is #1 in their division, #2 in the East, and #3 in the National Hockey League, and you're controlling the play. I thought that one guy that I think, okay, if he's going to do something, Tyson Barrie was all over the ice in that first period.
Sure was. Had his opportunities, but the Avalanche and the Rangers scoreless following the first 20 minutes of play at Madison Square Garden. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere on Altitude. Next, highlights and more on the Subaru Intermission Report.
Kyle Keefe from the Altitude Studios. Let's give you a quick game break presented by DraftKings. Earlier, Riker and I picked a couple of guys to be on our fantasy teams tonight. I don't got a whole lot going because Corey Schneider's not playing. How that happens, I have no idea. He's got me right now, 4.8 to 2.5. DraftKings, your one-day home for fantasy sports. Let's get you back to the Garden. Mike and Pete with a special guest, the Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations, the low handicapper, the man himself, Joe Sakic.
All right. Yeah, we are pleased to be joined by the legend himself, also general manager for the Avalanche. Of course, Joe Sakic joins us, and we'll do some hockey talk in a moment. First, I need to know, did you see the tree lighting yesterday? Did you get some shopping done here in the big city?
I tried to get some shopping done. Way too many people. Online shopping.
All right.
No, I got a little bit done, but I wanted to stay for the tree lighting, but I went to watch the Islanders Ranger game last night, so that was a nice, tight 1-1 game going, and Islanders won a shootout, but it looks like we're going to have another tight one here.
Yeah, no goals in that first period of play, just a thought or two on what you saw in that first period. Not a ton of action.
No, not a ton of action. A couple scoring chances for both teams. Just it looks like they're feeling each other out here. So, but you know what? For the most part, we're doing a real good job in our end, and we've been playing pretty well defensively in the last few games. And you know, hopefully, we should see the offense pick up.
All right. I know Peter would like to ask you something.
I got to. It's coming up on Monday. We got the big 20th anniversary team coming in. It must just bring back so many great memories for you. I mean, you've been in the organization, in management, but as a player, some of the things that are going to be talked about and discussed and the fun you guys are going to have, you must be looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I know we're going to try and get together Sunday night, and then we've got the festivities Monday night, and it's going to be great just to see all the guys and really reminisce of about the past.
You know, it was funny. I've always said that it was the core of 4. There was Patrick, Footer, yourself, and Peter. It must have been something during those great years that you had. And you had so many great ones. To look and see those 3 guys, plus yourself, obviously, and knew that, okay, every night you got a chance to win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was great. And you know what? We held each other accountable as well. That's the most important thing is we wanted to win. We wanted to make sure that the whole group was tight. And every night it was trying to be as consistent as you can.
All right, we've begun play here in the second period. No score in the game, and We're so fortunate to be joined by the Executive Vice President, General Manager for the Avalanche, Joe Sakic. And Joe, tell me about playing in this building. I know you've talked about it before. I've heard you say you like playing here.
Oh, loved it. You know what? I don't know how many. There couldn't have been that many players that did not like coming here. You're in New York. You're playing in Madison Square Garden. The history here. There's just a buzz in the building. It's just a great place to play. Great fans as well.
Well, the Avalanche and the Rangers just starting things in the second period. Not a lot of shots during the first. 4 shots taken by the Rangers during the first 20 minutes and just 3 for the Avalanche during the first period of play. Not a ton of scoring chances. Joe, got Alex Tanguay back in the lineup. He's going to join you on Monday night. One of the players getting honored as being part of the 20th anniversary team. What does that mean for the club to get him back in the lineup here tonight?
Obviously, it's huge. I mean, he's a creative player. He's still. I mean, there's not a lot of guys in the league that have that vision that he does. And now you saw it early in the first period. I mean, he gets a pass right in the slot. He could easily just turn around and shoot. And he makes a nice drop pass, and not to Jerome, who was wide open. And I don't think there's too many guys that would be able to see that play develop. And you know, it's going to be nice. I mean, he's a creative player, and I think he's really going to help Jerome and Grigorenko out there.
Joe, when you're watching the game now, it's been a while since you played and a while since you broke in. The evolution of the game, what's changed the most since you first came into the National Hockey League?
Well, since I first came, well, obviously goalies are way better. Coaches, everybody teaches defense. I mean, that's the priority. It's always been defense wins championships, and so really the focus with video is how to defend. I mean, you don't see as much how to be creative, but being creative, I mean, you got to have those players, and so it's a lot easier teaching the defensive part of the game.
It's a great example of some good goaltending right there.
Absolutely, and you know Varley's he's a great goaltender. He's had some tough moments, but there's not one goalie that works as hard as him, and we know he'll bounce back and be that goalie that we know he is.
Rangers put a little more pressure on. Varlamov had to make several saves early here in the second period of play to keep it a scoreless game. Avs move out to center ice, carried through the middle by Skilly. There's a player. Joe, you guys found him as a management team, found Skilly, bring him in on a tryout during camp. He makes the team. That's nice. That's a real tribute to the management, be able to find players like this that can't find a contract. You guys sign him, and he has been real good addition.
You know what? He's been really good. He can skate. He's got a great shot. He's big. He's a great kid. I mean, I can say that about everybody now. But
they're kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and he brings it every night. He works hard. He does whatever he can, and you know, I give him credit. He wanted to. His goal, he wanted to come in and prove that he was an NHL player, and he did whatever. He came to Denver early, worked hard, got used to the altitude, and skated with the guys, and is really he's been a great addition.
The general manager meeting are coming up in Pebble Beach in a week or so.
Oh no, that's the Board of Governors.
That's the Board of Governors.
Yeah,
okay.
General manager. The next one is mid-March. 3-day in Boca.
And what are the things that general managers talk about, look at, deal with, as far as, you know, changes you want to make in the league? Are there big concerns about the game? You know, there's been a lot of talk about goal scoring being down and all of that stuff. Is that a big concern for the GMs?
You know, I don't know if it's a big concern, because I think the level of play, for the most part, the games are really exciting. They're close. They come down the wire. The playoffs, there's no better sport in the playoffs. And you saw in the finals, there weren't a lot of goals, but the games were great. So, I mean, it's not, I won't say it's a big concern, but everybody is you know, everybody understands that the goal sell. And, I mean, we're going to have to figure a way, whether it's can't do much with the goalie equipment safety-wise, but you know, maybe there is a discussion about net size or different things. Because
got a 3-on-1 developing here, Joe, and nice play.
Yeah, that was a great play by Bosch. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's a great game, and the evolution. I mean, everybody. You got your fourth line guys now can all skate and they can all play. So you don't. It's just a bigger, faster league than it ever used to be, and goalies are incredible.
Joe, as a general manager now, as the season's going along, and this is game number 26, without divulging any secrets, but are you constantly on the phone with other general managers? Is there, because of the salary cap, is it harder to make deals? Are you looking for things all the time, or is there a certain part of the season you wait closer to the trading deadline? How does it work right now?
I think at the deadline there's more action, obviously, and this is a time of year that still there's so many teams that are in it, and everybody's just feeling out their team and seeing where they're going or they're watching. But you're in constant conversations with other GMs just to see if something makes sense. But it is with the salary cap. I mean, it's tough to make deals. I mean, you're not going to find too many. Maybe at the deadline a little bit where there's sellers and buyers, but for the most part, at this time of the year, you're doing money for money.
Now you know it's a situation where there's 30 general managers and different personalities. I was always wondering, when you're a general manager, are you more likely to talk to one guy than another? Are you more comfortable talking to one guy than another about deals or whatever? You just find one guy rubs you the wrong way.
Well, let's say you played now. You've gotten to the age where you played against some of these guys.
No,
maybe you like them, maybe you don't like them, right?
Yeah, I get along with all of them, and it's but like I said, you get along well, but it's fits, it's matches.
Yes.
You see, what one team's looking for. What do you need, and you just kind of mix and match. And obviously there's some teams that might be a better fit for them. So you will talk to them, and there are other years that you might be talking to someone else a little more. But
and also, do you find there are some general managers that when you deal with, they're always going to try to make a one-sided deal, and other guys are a little more fair?
Well, I think everybody's starting to realize that the one-sided deals don't happen too often, and you don't want to be on the wrong stick of that one-sided deal. But for the most part, I mean. With the scouts out there, and you know all the players that you're talking about, and not too many people are going to be doing. You don't. Obviously, everybody would love to do a one-sided deal for you, but that doesn't happen.
Joe, we just so much appreciate you taking time. We know how busy you are. Thank you so much, Joe, for stopping by and talking with us. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. It's great to be here.
All right, back with more action in just a moment. It's still scoreless in the second in New York. We are scoreless in the second period. And again, our thanks to the Executive Vice President, General Manager of the Avalanche, Joe Sakic. Always cordial, always fun, always open, and just so nice to be able to come by and chat with us. We're going to try to make that a regular thing during the course of the season. So, again, thanks to Joe Sakic. Shot from the point, and that is caught by Semyon Varlamov. Hey, time for Did You Know? Presented by Stevenson Automotive. Here's the question of the night. Now, until the mid-1980s, what were the goalie pads stuffed with? A, deer hair, B, cotton, or C, foam rubber? If you'd like to answer and play, open the Avalanche mobile app and click on Did You Know Trivia. One lucky fan will win a pair of tickets to an upcoming game. Stevenson, 10 great brands, 7 locations. Still scoreless. Rangers with a shot advantage 8-7. Already, double the amount of shots they had during the first period of play. Carried through center ice by Nash, going wide. And he sends the puck wide of the net, into the corner. Nash picks up the pass, sends it to the far side point. McDonough looking for a little room. Shoots the puck wide of the net. Duchesne scooped up the puck, and from the knees, able to make the pass up ice. McKinnon gains the line. He shoots, save. Backhand try made by Landeskog. He grabs the puck, centering pass, and is tipped back to Landeskog. The puck grabbed by the Rangers. Run out towards center ice. Fans get it back. Gannon. Lead pass for Duchesne. Skates into the Rangers zone. A backhand try goes off the side of the net. Duchesne again with the puck. Makes the pass behind for Tanguay. And the puck shoots away by the Rangers. Quick back out to center ice. Rutt middle circle, carried in by Moore. And he gets bumped off the puck with a nice play by Avs defenseman Nate Gennon. Chase to the corner. Both teams are going for it. Finally, it comes free, and it's Tanguay leading the rush with the Ginla. For the poke check momentarily, then a nice feed for Grigorenko. That's broken up by the Rangers. Carried the other way by Yandel. The defenseman sends it over the line for Jared Stoll, and the puck behind the net. Tanguay got it back. Lifted to center. Rangers regain possession. Pass and a good one, but it slipped away from Hayes, and that allows Varlamov to cover. That could have been a dangerous play. It's time for Lexus on the ice.
And for the Colorado Avalanche, Semyon Varlamov back in nets tonight. Hasn't been real busy, but he has looked sharp, right? And it's one of the things for Semyon Varlamov when he is out aggressive and the pucks stay right with him. What I mean is, Mike, there's a shot from the point and he just seems to swallow it up. That's when he seems to be at his best.
Face off in the Avs zone. Como against Hayes. They'll have to redo the draw. The Avs are now leading in shots 9-8. So Hayes tossed out. Kreider now will take the face-off. Como remains in the face-off circle. And the puck is dropped. Kreider gives chase. Wedged away by Holden for the Avs over towards Eric Johnson. Puts the puck along the boards into the corner. Shovels back out to center ice. Handled by Boyle. Backing up. Chipped it off the board. Stepping up is Johnson. His shot off the Rangers stick, and the puck goes out of play.
But, you know, this kind of goes against the grain of what these two clubs have done over the course of the season. You see that for the Colorado Avalanche, not only are they 6th in scoring in the National Hockey League, the Rangers 7, Mike, but I think almost more importantly, as the Avalanche will start to have more games in the West, they're the 2nd highest scoring club in the Western Conference, and Dallas has just been on fire this year scoring. So the Avalanche, Mike, after so many Eastern Conference games, it starts to move a little bit west after this road trip.
Avs will finish up this trip with Minnesota, almost a giveaway there. But the Rangers recover out at center ice. And almost having a terrific opportunity in the Avalanche zone. Goldberg and Gormley tangle in the corner. And the puck picked up and flying to center ice is McKinnon. Comes in. Duchesne tried to stay onside, but his skate came off the blue line, and it's offside Avs. Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village, Colorado's favorite Lexus dealer, invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans and luxury utility vehicles. Visit Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village at I-25 in Bellevue or online.
We saw Nathan McKinnon, Mike. He came into tonight's game as, you know, one of only 22 forwards in the National Hockey League averaging over 20 minutes a game. Now there's 92 defensemen that are averaging over 20 minutes. But it's for the forwards, Mike, it's very rare. Not even one guy per team.
Long pass. And it zipped right by Miller. Varlamov behind the net. Got challenged. The puck comes up the boards. Rangers have it. Makarat scoots back behind the net. Ran into the referee. Still maintains possession of the puck. Pushed up the boards. Stripped away. And a hit on Skilly by Broussard. And the puck carried by the Avalanche. Wagner shoots high and wide at Fronta. And the puck knocked down and carried to center ice by New York. 2-on-2 situation. Drop pass for a trailer. Shot. Glanced off again. And circles the boards, and the puck comes to McLeod for Colorado. Shoots in towards Ronta. Blockers the puck to the corner. Rangers take it again to center ice. Dumped in by Yandel. If he faked the big slap, just kind of tossed it to the corner, allowing his team to make a line change. Across the halfway point of tonight's game. 9:45 to go, second period. Still looking for a goal tonight from either team. It's 0-0. Shot around the boards. Cut off the near side half boards. Zuccarello. To Broussard. Back to the blue line, but it comes out to center. Mark Stahl hit against the boards by Tanguay. The puck ripped around the glass. Circles to the near side. Waiting is Jerome McGinley. Came into this game with 597 career goals. Shot by Grigorenko. Goes high and wide. Dropped behind the net. Look at how deep Eric Johnson is for the Avalanche. Here's a chance. Shot! That got blocked. Loose puck side of the net. Grigorenko between the circles with a golden opportunity. But just as no time to do anything out there tonight, Peter.
Both teams, and now a real strength of the New York Rangers is their 6 defensemen. They have one of the best defensive cores in the National Hockey League, and the Avalanche are matching them tonight with real strong play from their defense.
They are missing one of their top guys, Kevin Klein, tonight. He is out of the lineup. The puck is gone out of play, and we'll be back shortly. We're a little halfway through our game. No score between New York and Colorado.
Mike, we're well past the halfway part in this hockey game, and for the Colorado Avalanche, Mike, you take last game, they played well defensively, and you take now, the first half of this game, they are starting to get things, really under control defensively. And there's Eric Johnson. If there's, Mike, it just seems, if there's going to be something that's going to break this game over with a, it's going to be the aggressive play of one of the defensemen. We saw Barry in the first period. We saw Johnson right there. This might be one of those games, Mike, where it's so hard to create anything against the New York Rangers because they just play such a solid defensive game that you're going to have that defenseman step up. Talking to Eric, he said he had this fight with Tutu the other night, and he said Tutu got him with one right in the head, cut him for 3 or 4 stitches, and he sat out. It took forever the doctor to get there. So he missed about 10 minutes, and then Coach Dave Ferris said, "Hey, these guys are pretty tired. You're playing the rest of this game." He said he rode me like a wooden horse.
Remember, before this road trip, he had told us, he goes, I love being on the road. I'm going to get more minutes. The more minutes I have, the better I feel. Well, okay. You want those minutes? You're going to get them. Avalanche and Rangers scoreless. Second period at Madison Square Garden. Rangers have the puck in their own zone. And it's clanged off the glass and out. Gormley chasing back for the Avs. Sets it turned back towards the boards. Shoots it to the Ranger blue line. Boyle for New York. Defenseman makes the pass. Stahlberg wedged against the boards by Soderberg. And that allows Mitchell to move out towards center ice. Patient with the puck. Waits and then makes the pass. Defenseman Gormley to McGinley. He gets held up, but Soderberg turns and shoots, and the save by Ratta. Yandel pushes the puck around the boards. Boschman pinched in. Then Tanguay comes sweeping around. Turns the puck around. Nash came out of the zone. There's a collision.
He got accidental, Mike, but he
Nash
got Johnson. No, he with an elbow right to the mush. His foot? No. Somebody's telling me from downstairs it might have been his foot. Oh my goodness gracious! Because he just
Johnson's
dropped.
going to the locker room.
Oh my gosh! I saw it.
That
him
skate came up, didn't it, Peter?
Yeah, I saw him spin. Oh,
You hear the crowd just went, ooh, because they showed it up on the big screen here at Madison Square Garden. There's Rick Nash, and certainly nothing deliberate
No,
there.
absolutely
that was just in the course of play.
But Mike, you know how big and strong these guys are, and when they're off balance and spinning, and you catch a guy right in the face, oh my! Now, Mike, we did not see initially a lot of blood, so hopefully it was just just hit him, and it didn't. The skate wasn't part of it. Oh my goodness gracious!
We hope for the best for Eric Johnson, and we hope to get a report as soon as we can as to his condition. Rangers come to center. Forced in Gormley, so for the time being, the Avalanche without their big defenseman Eric Johnson, because he has gone to the locker room. Berg Simpson reminds you that when the game is on the line, call 303-792-5595. Berg Simpson, good lawyers, changing lives.
Well, for the Avalanche, that certainly changes things. Probably, you would think, for the rest of this period. So you're taking your big right side defenseman out of the lineup, and now you're going to start to have to change the rotations, change the matchups, change the pairings for the Avalanche.
We do have a pair out right now that has played together quite a bit, Barry and Holt. They make the pass between each other, return back for Barry. Long pass to Skilly. Great pass. Wagner's in. He shoots. He scores! Chris Wagner sprung with a great pass, and he fires in his third goal of the season. And the Avalanche have taken a 1-0 lead. Wow, as Wagner helped out offensively, this Avalanche team, he's had a game-winning goal, and now he has put the Avs ahead 1-0 here in the second period.
And this is just a great pass, but for Wagner, you love what he was doing, how he was reading that play. He was up in front of the play. Skilly got the puck to him. Now Skilly's had a couple of real nice passes in each of the last 2 games for the Colorado Avalanche. But
there's 3 goals in 5 games now for Chris Wagner.
And he is certainly, you could, label him that fourth line center. He gives you that energy that you need. And all
Goal comes at 13:21. You can see Jack Skilly, Tyson Barry getting the assists. For Barry, his 14th assist of the season. And for Jack Skilly, his 4th assist and 6th points. Shot and right there at the post. But Varlamov had his skate up against the post and made the save. So Wagner has put the Avalanche ahead of the Rangers 1-0.
And for Wagner, Mike, he joined the club. I mean, he was going to get a little road weary. He and Martinson, who also joined the Avalanche at the start of that long road trip, Wagner joined them in Toronto. They've only been home for a couple of games. They've been living out of their suitcases now for a long time.
Play continues in the second period. Close to 6 minutes remaining. 1-0 Avalanche. Yandel to Boyle. Pass down the slot, kicked away by Varlamov. And Ginla circles the Avalanche net. Backhands it out towards center. Tanguay. Oh, he had a man wide open the far side, but it got cut off. Rangers delay offside. And shot from center by Tanner Glass. He and Cody McLeod dropped the gloves. Back in the first period. That's their 4th fight in their careers in the National Hockey League. Out to center ice. Grabbed by Duchesne. Pass towards Landeskog. Didn't connect. Quick pass to center. Slipped away from Stallberg. And Gormley between the circles makes the pass across for Tyson Barry. Behind his back. And snap pass to Landeskog. Rinked wide through the neutral zone for Barry. Fires it in around the boards. 5 minutes remaining in the period. Rangers to center. Barry in down the wing. Shot on goal. A nice pad save made by Varlamov. Back to center comes Landeskog. Pass. McKinnon poke checked. Recovers the puck. Pass to the point. Boschman over to Barry. To Landeskog. To Boschman. He shoots and a block by Zuccarello. Boschman backhands it across the rink. Rangers get to it. Shot to center ice. And look at Eric Johnson back on the ice.
How about that? Thank goodness, because that could have been all kinds of disaster.
Great news for the Avs. Eric Johnson back. He wasn't gone that long, really.
Like, how did he get over there? Was there a whistle where he came back on the ice and we didn't see?
There is some room, Peter. There's an opening that you can come out of, and you can walk right in front of the crowd to get to the back of the bench and come in through a door.
He went into the crowd in New York to do that?
That sounds
silly.
familiar, Peter. All right, we're back in a moment. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. We're going to stay here. 1-0 lead for the Colorado Avalanche on a Wagner goal. Yeah, Peter, you don't want to go into the crowd here in New York, right? That'd be silly to do that. Lifted to center by Johnson. Cut off at the blue line by Boyle. Blocked by Wagner. Pinched away, and Zuccarello will skate the puck behind the New York zone. 11 shots each. Right now, only 1 goal. Chris Wagner's got his 3rd goal for the Avalanche. Johnson holding up his man behind the Colorado net. Peeled away with it. Center ice is Como. Crisscrossing with Mitchell. Lifts the puck high into the corner. Mitchell will get there first. Trying to make a pass for Holden. He does. Behind the net. Centering try by Como. Taken away by the Rangers. Nash, the center. Fost puts the puck to the corner. He gets there first. Gormley arrives in a hurry. Como reaches in for the Avalanche. And the puck squirts free to the half board. Soderberg had it. Shot, tough angle, and it bounced up in the air. Fost for the Rangers. Behind the net for Hayes. Gormley without a helmet for the Avalanche. Chasing Hayes up high at the blue line. Turns, and his shot deflects wide. And off the glass. Back to center ice. Carried by Soderberg into the New York zone. Stop and go move. But then the puck peeled away. Taken by the Rangers' Mark Stahl. Got some room as he gets to the red line. Makes the pass for Hayes. Gets poke checked as he came to the line. Jumping up, Landeskog. He's got Duchesne. 2-on-1 abs. Duchesne shoots and scores! Matt Duchesne! Mighty Matt Duchesne keeps on going with those goals, making it 2-0 Colorado, scoring his 14th goal of the season. He just continues to be red hot. Again, Peter, that offside wing, and that shot beats the goaltender to make it 2-0.
Nice. I mean, there was a nice pressure at the blue line to not allow the Rangers into the zone. But then Landeskog comes across, a perfect time for the pass to Duchesne. Like, some guys wait too long. Landeskog, a perfect time, gave Duchesne the opportunity to just put that where he wanted to. And Mike, again, I get back to now 11 goals on the road this year. That may tie, if Les Sagan has done something, Mike, that ties for the most goals on the road this year.
Right there by Miller, and Varlamov makes the save. Miller with the puck again for the trailer. Shot saved by Varlamov. And the Avalanche on the move again, up 2-0 in the game. Wagner and Duchesne with the goal. We go to the last 2 minutes of the second period. Duchesne, who had an illness, wasn't feeling great against the Islanders, did not score in that game. But then did score against New Jersey, and now he has scored against the Rangers. He had just a phenomenal November, and December has gotten off to a good start for Duchesne.
Now we're really going to have to ask ourselves, what was going on in October? I mean,
1 goal?
1 goal. He's already got more goals in December than he had all of October.
The puck circles around the boards all the way down, and it is wide, and we got an icing call.
Again, Mike, you've listened to me preach this for a long time, but scoring on the road is tougher than scoring at home. It just is. It always has been, and it always shows the character, in my mind, of a player. And you look at these 3 guys, Sagan, Pavelski, and Duchesne, Mike, and I mean, they are putting up big numbers in the National Hockey League. 11 goals already on the road.
So far tonight, we're going to get a penalty on the Avalanche. Well, for the Avs, couple of goals. Chris Wagner, 13:21 from Skilly and Barry. Then Duchesne from Landeskog and Soderberg at 17:37. All right, look at this picture. There's a young player there who is one of the 20 players that will be celebrated on Monday as part of the 20th anniversary. The all-time favorite players voted. He will be an interview with Peter McNabb coming up during our second intermission. Can you guess who that is? Does he look familiar? If you think about it, you can really see it. Well, it's not Tyson Barrie because he's in the penalty box. He's serving a hooking penalty, which is called at 18:56. First power play chance of the game for either team. The Rangers go to work on the power play. trailing 2-0. Goals from Wagner and Duchesne, giving the Avalanche the advantage, but the Rangers now get a power play chance. Shot and missed wide. There was an opportunity centered across by Broussard, taken by Como, and it's sent down the ice. Second period is Toyota time with an Avalanche goal in the second period. Tonight's Toyota time winner, Phil Ankerman. Enter to win at avstoyotatime.com.
Way to go, Phil.
Way to go, Phil. Zuccarello pass towards Broussard. He's wide of the net. Broussard digs out the puck, put it in the corner for Nash. Nash walking in, he shoots, and Varlamov found the puck and made the save.
Well, Rick Nash, it's been a struggle for Nash, Mike. Talk about an up and down sort of season for him already. First 17 games, Mike, 2 goals. Then he missed a couple of games. He comes back, he gets 6 the next 4.
Missed the game against the Avalanche.
Yep, missed the game against the Avalanche. He had 6 goals in just the next 4 games, and now 0 for the last 3 again.
13.7 seconds left in the period. Rangers do win the draw. Hayes moving in, he shoots, blocker save, shot, another save, and then the rebound went wide. Into the corner, shot, and that got blocked in front by Holden, and that's the end of the period. Oh, Varlamov came up big near the end of the period.
And Mike, remember the Islanders? The last second of the first period, they scored, and it just sort of brought the Avalanche down. Now he makes the save. Instead of a 1-goal game, it's a 2-goal game. That's the big save that Semyon Varlamov has been known to make for the Avalanche.
And he did it. Semyon Varlamov has stopped all 17 shots that he has faced in this game. Goals from Wagner and Duchesne during the second period, and the Avs will take a 2-0 lead to the third period of play. Great second period for the Avs in New York. They've got the advantage. You're watching Avalanche hockey on Altitude Sports. Coming up after the break, stay tuned. It's the Toyota Intermission Report. Colorado Avalanche hockey on Altitude is brought to you by AutoNation Subaru, West and Arapahoe, part of America's largest automotive retailer. Pepsi. Pepsi is proud to support the Colorado Avalanche. Pepsi, live for now. Conquer winter with a new Subaru and get 2 Copper Mountain passes. Learn more at SubaruCopper.com. In New York City, the Avalanche with a 2-0 lead over the Rangers after 2 periods. Still a little time left on the Ranger power play when the third period begins. First goal of the night was scored by Chris Wagner. And Peter, when you look back over the 3 goals in 5 games that he has scored, it's been amazing pickup for Colorado.
And they were big goals. Remember back to that Ottawa game. That made it 2-1 in that hockey game. Then he's got this one right here against the Winnipeg Jets. Mike, that turned out to be the game-winning goal. And then tonight, in a game that we talked about how good New York is when they score the first goal. Well, they didn't, because Wagner picked up his 3rd goal in 9 games. And you have to remember, when they picked him up on waivers, Mike, that meant for the Anaheim Ducks, they were sending him down. I mean, no one had picked him up. He would have been down to San Diego in the American Hockey League. Instead, Avalanche given opportunity. He's a right-handed center on that 4th line, and now with McLeod and Skilly on the, on the left and right side, it's been a very effective line.
I think you really see it now, Peter, that Mitchell came back from his injury and Tanguay came back from injury, and all of a sudden your lines are where they're supposed to be.
They all make sense in an NHL way, and that's what you need if you're going to succeed in this league.
Eric Johnson, who had quite a scare during the second period. If you missed it, we'll hopefully get an opportunity to tell you a little more about it. Meanwhile, trying to kill the rest of the penalty called on Tyson Barrie, hooking penalty at 18:56. So a power play for the Rangers continues, but running out of time. 15 seconds left in it. Coming wide, Zuccarello, pass across, got tipped and redirected out to center. McDonough, captain for the Rangers, with a forecheck of Landeskog, fires a pass into the middle. Zuccarello dumps the puck in. Barry's come out of the penalty box, so the Avalanche get the job done on the penalty kill and hold their 2-0 lead. Here early in the third period at Madison Square Garden. Waved at by Moore. Stahlberg gets to the puck, but we got a stop and play. And we'll tell you about Subway. Head over to your local Subway restaurant today. Try the steak and cheese sub. Here's what it is. Layers of juicy steak with melted cheese, toasted peppers, and onions. Subway. Eat fresh.
You saw a picture of Patrick Waugh, Mike. I know for a fact that the two greatest goaltenders of all time are in the building tonight. Martin Brodeur here doing some scouting for the St. Louis Blues, and Patrick Waugh. You know, people can argue back and forth, but there's not much question that they're 1 and 2-2-1, whenever any way you want to put it.
And in the same building tonight. 2-0 lead for the Avalanche. And it's great to see that both stayed in the game, whatever fashion. Patrick Waugh is the coach, and management in St. Louis for Martin Brodeur, where he finished his career as a player. Carried in by McKinnon, walked right in, shoots, saved by Ronta. Wow, there's that display of speed by McKinnon, and he just simply skated right by the defenseman to get a scoring chance. We've got to stop and play.
Too many men, Mike. There's a lot of people on the ice for the New York Rangers.
Nope. They're not going to call a penalty, though, Peter.
Yeah, it was funny, Michael. I walked by the Sackett and Forsberg were talking and chatting. I had somebody take a picture, so I could 3 center icemen together. There's McKinnon. There's McKinnon right there, and I had a chance to talk with Joe about McKinnon, and you know, he just sees that he is still a couple years away from really reaching his potential.
Now into his 3rd year in the National Hockey League, but certainly having a terrific season. 10 goals, 24 points for McKinnon. We just saw a moment ago what that speed can do. Ginla, pass goes across, then shot by Tanguay. Rangers get it back. Yandel off the boards towards Hayes. That doesn't connect. Holden for the Avalanche, with Hayes taking him into the corner. Holden stays with it. Little help from Grigorenko. Then Hayes had the puck momentarily for the Rangers. Chased it back down. Reversed it into the corner. Grigorenko ties his man up. And the puck flung around the wall. Yandel had it poked away from him. And Ginla will go one-on-one into the Ranger zone. His shot hit the Ranger defenseman. McElrath popped up in the air. Rangers come to center with the puck. It's Yandel coming down the wing. Long shot, and Varlamov with a clear look, able to make the glove save.
Mike, you talked about the guys staying in the game. It's interesting, isn't it? The guys that were superstars when we first started doing this in the National Hockey League. You have Waugh behind the bench, Sackett, general manager here. You have Stevie Yzerman in Tampa Bay, Trevor Linden in Vancouver.
Peter Forsberg in Sweden doing his job.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these guys are part of how this game is going to evolve and how it's going to change.
Yeah, what impact will they have on rule changes, thought of how the NHL should go in the future? Shot save made by Varlamov, and he holds the puck for a faceoff.
And because you heard Joe Sakic in his interview when you asked him the question about, you know, changes and what, you know, are there going to be rule changes? They're talking about things. He said goals sell, and they're very aware that, you know, okay, the game may be great, but you can't last on how great the playoffs are every year. You have to give the fans all the best you can during the regular season also. And I think that
you're asking them to pay money 41 times a year to come to regular season games.
Yep. So you've got to make it exciting. And these guys played exciting hockey. Joe Sakic played exciting hockey.
Rangers win the faceoff. Yandel shot, glanced off of Boschman. Behind the net, Eric Johnson. Folks, if you missed it, during the second period, he and Rick Nash collided. Nash spun, and his skate came up into the face of Eric Johnson. He went to the locker room. Wasn't there very long, showing his toughness. Came right back out a couple minutes later and has continued to play. Center ice, Mitchell shoots the puck in, but it's too high. Hits the screen, and the puck has gone out of play. Give the gift of hockey this season with the Avalanche Holiday Pack. You can pick any 5 games you want. Tickets starting at just $23 per seat. If you like details, go to coloradoavalanche.com or call 303-405-7646. Avalanche representatives are standing by right now.
And Mike, it'll be interesting to talk to Eric after the game. And you almost wonder if it was so scary and that skate coming up and you see it, you assume that you're really hurt. And you get in the locker room and you go, oh, wait a minute, I'm okay. And
my teeth were already gone.
Exactly. And I was never that good looking. So
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a very good looking guy. Don't kid yourself. But, you know, it's a situation that, you know, sometimes you get hit really hard and you think you should be hurt. But you go, okay. You know.
Especially a play like that, a skate to the face.
Yeah, because you saw it coming. You could see that he saw it coming around.
McKinnon dashing into the corner for the puck. Dropped it. Poke check. Rangers have it. Moore has a man up ice. There's the pass, but it hops on Hayes to the corner. Gormley chased him down. Hayes protecting the puck. Slides it back up high. Shot is tipped. And the puck has gone out of play.
You look around the National Hockey League, Mike, you look at those clubs that, you know, are performing well in the third period. It's pretty much the same group of guys that are performing well during the whole all of the games. And you got Dallas in there, Montreal in there, Washington, the Colorado Avalanche. And again, Mike, the Avalanche got the game against Minnesota. Then they come home for 2. Minnesota bit, and then they go on the road for 3. 3 more, and
those are 3 tough games on the road. You're
really
looking at Nashville, St. Louis back-to-back, then a day off, and then Chicago, the defending Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, so if they could keep afloat until that game, that's December 15th, if they're within 5-6 points of a playoff spot, then 11 of the next 13 are at home. And then you can start to make a real push.
But you've got to improve your home record.
Oh, yeah, 3-6-1. But they played the fewest home games of any club in the league, tied with a couple other teams.
Hayes stretching, trying to reel in the puck. Holden gets to him in the corner, gives the puck a little kick. Comes free behind the net. Hayes pass in front for Kreider. Still bouncing around. Kreider down low for Hayes behind the Avalanche net. Looking for somebody to give the puck to. Foss cuts in front of the net. Hayes slides it, bouncing in front. Shot gets blocked. And again, look for Colorado. Moves to center.
Mike, there's some good defensive work there. Nobody gave up their position. Everybody was covered. It looked like it was a dangerous play, but it wasn't.
Shot kicked away by Ronco. Rangers make the pass to center. And it lands in the Avalanche zone. Long pass is tipped by Mitchell. The puck has gone over the glass and into the crowd. Saturday on Altitude, it's a full day of sports. First up at 11, the Nuggets visit the 76ers. That's on Altitude 1. And then Loveland takes on Windsor on Altitude 2 for the high school 4A championship. Then at 2:30, what a game. Pomona kicking off against Valor on Altitude 1 for the 5A title. And then we've got the Avs and Wild at 6. Here on Altitude, your home for sports. What a day, Saturday. Don't even think about leaving and going shopping. Just park yourself in front of the couch and watch Altitude all day long. Mike, basketball, football, hockey.
And Mike, it's an interesting. We've got the United Nations of goaltending here tonight. We've got a gentleman from Switzerland, from Russia, from Sweden, and Finland. Those are the 4 goaltenders that are in tonight's game. It's, well, of course, with Sweden. Vera of Switzerland. I love that hat. Boy, he played a nice game the other night against the New Jersey Devils.
Sure did. Just the 1 goal against. Preserved the victory in that 3rd period. And there was some thought, and I'm sure Avalanche fans thought, well, you just come right back with there if you got the win. But Bourgeois was very clear. Shot by Nash gets blocked. Very clear this morning, saying Varlamov is the guy. Shot by McDonough. Deflects wide. And that he was going to get the chance to prove it tonight against the Rangers, and he has done so far with 19 saves in this game. Rangers have it. Pass to center ice for Brassard. Tipped away, but picked up by Zuccarello. He's over the line. Gives the puck to the defenseman Yandel. Winds it around. McDonough, the other defenseman for the Rangers on the ice. Tried to get it deep. Tip to center ice. Yandel receives the pass from Nash. Shoots it in towards Varlamov. Sends the puck to the wall. Glass for the Rangers. Handoff to Broussard. Reverses out of the corner. Gave it back to Glass. He shoots. Blocked. Shot by Girardi. That one tipped wide to the net. Zuccarello digs out the puck from behind the cage. Pass up ice. Stahl looking to send it to the front of the net. Landeskog is without a stick for the Avalanche. In the corner, Johnson. Going to work the puck free. Zuccarello stole it back for the Rangers. Makes the pass. Shot by Girardi. Missed up high. Back around to the corner for Glass. Behind the net for Broussard. Puck comes free. Zuccarello. Shovel pass back to the point. Girardi shoots, and it bangs in front of the net, and cleared to center. Rangers get it back, but Duchesne flags it down. Drop pass. Nobody there initially for the Avalanche. And finally taken back into the Colorado zone by Barry.
Mike, you can sort of feel the Rangers coming on right now. They've had a couple of shifts where they've had some good chances in the Avalanche zone.
And again, a reminder in case folks in here earlier, they did play last night. And that game was a long one. It went to a shootout against the Islanders. Long shot by Skilly, caught against the chest by Antti Ranta. And he'll hold it for a face-off, gives us a chance to take a timeout here in New York. 2-0 Avs. Time to answer tonight's Did You Know? Presented by Stevenson Automotive. The question of the night. Until the mid-1980s, what were goalie pads stuffed with? The answer? Deer hair. And congratulations to tonight's winner, Josh. You've also qualified to win a car at the end of the season, courtesy of Stevenson Automotive. All those poor bald deers up there.
And Eddie Giacomin, of course.
My favorite player growing up probably had deer hair in his goaltender pads when he played.
Of course, Eddie Giacomin of the New York Rangers. Mike, they weighed 11 pounds each pad back then when Eddie was, playing for the New York Rangers.
Starring.
Legendizing himself.
That Duchesne has the puck. Circled back behind the net, trying to center. It got tipped up in the air. Landeskog moves it towards the blue line. Nice sliding pass for McKinnon. Gets by McDonough. And cut off by McDonough. With the backhand pass behind the net, intended for Duchesne. Slipped away. Landeskog steals, shoots, save. Made by Ranta after that giveaway. Rangers charge out to center, but then a steal back by Landeskog. Ahead for Duchesne. Poke checked away. Rangers counter the other direction. Moore puts the puck in and goes shoulder to shoulder to the corner with Tyson Barrie. And the puck went off of Landeskog. Moore's got it. Pass to the point. Girardi shoots, misses the net. Back up the wing. Kept in by Fost. Landeskog tied up. Duchesne for the Avs. A couple of Ranger players on him. And the puck comes free, and the Avs have got it. Barrie, quick pass, and it's lifted to center ice by Grigorenko. Rangers get it back to the point. Shot wide of the net by Yandel. Shot on a sharp angle, stopped by Varlamov. Turned up the boards. Nice play at the point to keep it in for the Rangers. Hayes chased the puck down, stopped behind the net, and Grigorenko steals away the puck. Reversed it. Barrie to the half boards in the Avs zone. His outlet pass glanced off a Ranger player. Grigorenko shoots it ahead for Tanguay, and the puck goes wide, but the Avs have been called for offside.
Here's for the Avalanche, Mike, the first time in a while they've been in the Ranger zone, and it was this line with their quickness. Duchesne just forcing a turnover right here. Good pressure from behind. The puck goes right to Landeskog, who puts it on net. And Ranta, who hasn't been tested that often in tonight's game, but the Avalanche have beaten him twice.
On just 16 shots. Shots have been tough to come by in that first period. Just 7 total. 4 for the Rangers. A little more in the second period. 13-9 advantage for New York. But Varlamov has stopped all 20 shots that he has seen. Good hit by Como. Frees up the puck, but the Rangers have it at center ice. Carried through by Boyle. Cuts in. Puts the pass in the corner, then sent out into the middle. picked off by the Avalanche. Mitchell, the puck in. Stopped behind the net by Ranta. Pass to center ice again, Dan Boyle. Shooting it into the Colorado zone. Chance and a save by Varlamov. The puck did come free. Wagner moves it up and out. Chased down by McDonough. McLeod for the Avalanche. Pushed them back behind the net. Now the Rangers begin their breakout. Boyle, cross ice, steal made by Skilly. Got a man with him, McLeod. McLeod going to the front of the net. Skilly, though, pushed against the boards. Fights through that, moves the puck back to the point. Gormley shoots and misses. Chance for Wagner, blocked in front. Last chance, that stop stolen away by McLeod. And dumped back around the boards. 9 minutes left to go in the third period. At center ice, Jerome McGinley carries in. Down the middle, poke checked away. Rangers to center. Stallberg followed up by Yandel. Another steal. This time it's Grigorenko. Down the middle goes Tanguay. The pass directed wide of the net. Both McGinley and Tanguay were going to the front of the net, hoping that pass was coming their way. Scooped up towards Stallberg to center ice. Handled and carried in by the Rangers, passing the slots, and it comes wide as Jared Stoll was going down the middle. Girardi for New York to Yandel. Through the middle circle, carried over the line. Zuccarello shoots, save by Varlamov. And he turns the rebound away. Duchesne dumps the puck to center. Play offside on the Rangers. Barry holding on to the puck. Nash gets back on side. Pass over to Holden. Off the skate, back to the Ranger zone.
The Avalanche have calmed things down. They've had a couple of good shifts in the Ranger zone, and they haven't had much pressure against Semyon Varlamov.
Zuccarello weaving his way in. Chase the puck to the corner. Johnson, and he collide in the corner. Pass comes up the boards. McDonough pinched in. Pass intercepted. The Avalanche going back the other way. Landeskog pulls up over the line. Pass high in the slot for McKinnon. Swings the puck to the corner. Duchesne get a hold of the puck. Bounces it off the board. And McDonough got it back for New York. And the pass off the skate. Broussard fires a pass back. And Kreider circle behind the net. Under 7 minutes left to go.
You feel the fans getting a little restless here.
There's some booing going on right now. Pass in front. And Kreider could not deliver it in. Hayes back to center. Turning into the Ranger zone. Yandel will take the puck for New York. His pass hit the skate of Soderberg. And then shot in from center by New York. Cut off behind the net by Varlamov. Barry backhands the puck through the center zone. Cleared to center by the Rangers. And the puck is carrying deep. Whistle blown. Rangers called for icing.
Well, Michael, it has been something to watch. As far as Matt Duchesne and what he has done, Mike, over the course of the last month and a bit. I mean, he is now tied for third with Tarasenko, and the only guys ahead of him are Jamie Benn and Patrick Kane. And this is the guy that had a goal the first month of this hockey season. And the frustration, you and I talked about it. I talked about it with Matt. The frustration that he was going through in that first month. I can only think at some point it's going to help him that he won't ever go through that stretch again.
Peter, how about this news? Here's an update. Oh, it's Kreider cuts in front and back in. It goes wide of the net. And then the Avs get out to center ice. I'm just about to tell you about Patrick Kane, Peter. He had a goal, also an assist in the game. He has extended his point streak to 21 games now for Patrick Kane. But the story here, Semyon Varlamov stopping Kreider on his breakaway. It remains 2-0 Avalanche. Time for the Audi game recap. No goals in the first period, and then Chris Wagner came in, and what a great shot. Third goal of the season for Wagner. Then Duchesne coming in on that off wing. Zip! It's into the back of the net for his 14th of the season. The Avs with a 2-0 lead, and that has stood up since the 17:37 mark of the second period. And I'll tell you what, fans getting a little restless here at Madison Square Garden. No goals for the Rangers in this game. The Avs lead 2-0. Miller circling behind the net, turns, shoots, blocked by Johnson. Miller got it back, centers, and the puck deflects all the way back into the New York end. Iginla charging after the puck. It's played ahead for Boyle. He shoots it to center ice. Pass blocked by Holden. Through the middle, carried in. And chopped away. And Lindbergh was surrounded by Avalanche players. 2-on-1 the other way. Tanguay and Iginla. Oh, and the pass got away from Iginla. Gets to it in the corner. Centers back for Tanguay. Hop back to the point. Boschman keeps it in play for Colorado. Quick pass for Nash to center ice for Derek Brassard. Zuccarello to his right. He comes behind, gets the pass. Back to Brassard. Still with the puck in the slot for Nash. It slipped away from Nash. And the Avalanche flying in. It's Como coming over the line with the puck. Shoots it behind the net. Mitchell got it back in the slot. Shot by Como. Save made. Rebound kicked by Mitchell and then played around. Boy, the Avs continue just to pressure. They're all over the puck. Whipped done by Como. Back to center ice. The Avs have not let up here in this third period.
You have to wonder a little bit if that game last night, the Islanders and the Rangers place, isn't affecting the Rangers a bit in this game. 52-52 hit, 104 hits in the game.
McLeod will help from Wagner. Bouncing the puck to center. Kreider for the Rangers. Handoff. Pass over to the defenseman Yandel, who shoots into the chest of Varlamov, who made the save. And the Rangers chase back in their own zone.
But Mike, that's what the Avs are doing now. Rangers may get a shot, but they're getting the rebound and they're getting the puck out of the zone.
Hammered in from center ice by New York. Picked up, played back to the point. Swung around behind the net, cut off by Barry. Hayes for the Rangers. Help from Foss. Now Kreider takes it for New York. Back to the point. Yandel slides across. One-timer blocked. Hayes shot off the side of the Colorado net. Hayes pushes the puck free. Barry, though, first to it. Out to center ice. Off the stick of Landeskog in front of the Ranger bench. And just over 3 minutes left to go in the third period.
But Mike, I'll tell you that McKinnon's one tough kid, but he took a shot on the side of the foot. He's talking to the trainers right now. He's bending over, but he is hurting right now.
Rondt on his way to the New York bench. Extra skater for the Rangers on the ice. With just under 3 minutes left, Alain Vigneault, the head coach for the New York Rangers, has pulled his goaltender. Shot from center by Boyle. He'll go after the puck. Gets to it. Tangles up with Johnson. There are four Ranger players, behind the goal line trying to get possession. Pass comes back up high. Zuccarello. Pass across. Quick touch pass. Then a shot gets blocked. Knocked down. Boyle shoots. Goes wide. Brassard for New York. Back up high. McDonough. Brassard shoots. Blocked by Grigorenko. And cleared out by Boschman. It's turning and wide of the net, though. And it's an icing call with 2:10 left to go in the third. The Avs leading 2-0.
Watch McKinnon, Mike, as we mentioned, in the top 5 as far as forwards and block shots in the league coming into the game. Like he turned to the side. Oh, you can only hope that now that plastic covering does cover that part of the ankle also, but he took that one flush.
Johnson shoots the puck the length of the ice. Another icing call, but that took 7 seconds off the clock.
Against the New Jersey Devils. They had 1 goal against tonight. Nothing so far. So Now, there haven't been a lot of shots for the Avalanche the last couple of games, but they've played awfully well defensively, and both goalies have been good.
And the Avs had 25 shots against the Devils. Scored a couple of goals. They've had only 18 shots in this game, but again, who scored 2 goals. And because of the goaltending, those 2 goals, at least to this point in this game, as well as the other night when they won 2-1, have been enough. Antti Raanta remains on the New York bench. 6 skaters for the Rangers. And the puck circles the boards. Kept it by New York behind the net. Centered. Wide. Tanguay shoots the puck down the ice. It is rolling, bouncing. It is headed to the empty net, but cut off by Yandel. Quick pass and a long one for Dominic Moore. Johnson gave him a hit, and the puck comes free. Shipped back behind the net. 1:35 remaining in the third. Centering pass for Hayes. Ran back around the wall towards the point for Yandel. Steps around Mitchell. Waits, his pass cut off, and lifted to center ice by Como. Yandel.
Like, I love those kind of plays by Como. There was an empty net down the other end. He didn't even look at it. He just got it out of the zone.
Broussard. Over the line pass, Zuccarello. Back to Broussard. To Zuccarello. Pass down low. Shot gets blocked. Boschman got in the way. Nash going down to the last minute of play. Shot tipped on net and a score. Lindbergh gets the goal with 50 seconds to go. Oscar Lindbergh down low with the backhander for his 10th of the season. But just 50 seconds remain.
Well, Tanguay's roller did look like it was rolling in. Right there. Saves the empty netter and now comes across people in front. It was Lindbergh who had the game-winning goal against the Avalanche when these 2 clubs last played. That was a nice goal. That was a nice play down low.
Rangers going to use their timeout.
Lindbergh, Mike, he's a rookie this year. He's a 24-year-old rookie. He was originally drafted by Phoenix in 2010. He was traded to the New York Rangers in 2011. Has played in their Hartford club since then. Only 1 game previous in the National Hockey League to this year, but he's given him some real punch. He's sort of considered the 3rd-line center, maybe a little higher than that now with some injuries.
Here's the Subway scoring summary for the Ranger goal. It's Oscar Lindbergh with the goal, 1910. Broussard and Nash getting the assists. There's your Subway scoring summary. Raanta back in net for the time being. Now he's making his way to the Ranger bench. Off the glass and out. 40 seconds to go. McDonough. Shot in around the boards by Broussard. The puck circled. Back up high. Shot. It's tipped and has gone out of play. That means a face-off, but it went off an Avalanche stick, which means the face-off is in the Colorado zone.
Good to see Nathan McKinnon back on the ice for the Avalanche.
Semyon Varlamov. There's just 27 seconds left. Duchesne against Broussard for this big face-off. The puck is down, and the Avs have got it. Going for the empty net is wide. And the icing called. 21.3 seconds left. Well, Duchesne won the draw there. And the Avs went for the empty net, but didn't get it. Another face-off between Derek Broussard of the Rangers and Matt Duchesne of the Avalanche. Well, they're going to have Broussard step away. Jared Stoll will now take the face-off for the Rangers. So, Stoll will take his chance here against Duchesne. Puck is down, and Stoll wins the faceoff. Pass comes across for Boyle. Fumbles. Able to get the puck into the circle. Pass to the side of the net. Now trying to keep that puck on the perimeter. 10 seconds left to go. Zuccarello running out of time. Makes the pass. Shoveled and blocked. And then cleared out and wide. But that's going to do it. Game is over. The Avalanche had the victory. They beat the New York Rangers 2-1. A great block near the end there. And Semyon Varlamov did what he needed to do. Yes, a late third period goal, giving up just that one, and he gets the victory. What a night for Semyon Varlamov. What a night for the Avalanche, Peter. They get the win. That's now 2 in a row. They break a string of 6 games in a row where they're going lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. They've got 2 in a row wins now.
And the kind of wins the coaches love. 2-1 wins on the road where their goaltending was outstanding, timely goals, and both games were similar. The Avalanche got off to a 2-0 lead, were scored on in the third period, but did not give up that next goal.
Another 1-goal victory for the Avalanche, and those are big right now for Colorado. We need to wrap things up, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment to have some final thoughts about tonight's win for the Colorado Avalanche.